Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here, the closing ceremony of Caleidoscope 2019. We're very privileged that our State Senator, Mr. Jamie Eldridge, is here. And I request him to speak a few words on not just Kaleidoscope, but film festivals of this genre, and especially at a time we live in. So please welcome Mr. Eldridge.
Well, thank you so much, Chitro. And I'm Jamie Eldridge, State Senator for the Littleton Acton area. And so I'm so honored that the Caleidoscope Film Festival was shown here in Littleton. And I have known Chitro and Ruma for many, many years when they first created the Calcutta Club and really sought to bring the unique culture that's known in Calcutta to many of the communities that I represent. So I've been to the Calcutta Club book clubs, been to the Calcutta Club cooking contests, and it's a real honor to be here tonight. In full disclosure, I haven't seen any of the films because I worked all weekend at other events, so my apologies. But I look forward to seeing them. And the district I represent, especially this area, approximately 1/3 of the school population now is Asian American, mostly Indian and Chinese. And yet the reality is many of my constituents who are not Indian, who are not South Asian, who are not Chinese, really don't know much about different cultures. So what we really see is that with the film festivals, with the cultural arts, with music, with dance, really being highlighted at festivals like this, but so many other community events that I attend. The mic is a little off, my apologies. It really does introduce Americans to the different cultures that exist in Massachusetts. And Massachusetts particularly as a state, it really would not be as strong and as flourishing if not for the very high immigrant population, the talent, the contributions that come from every different community, including the Indian community. So it's a real honor to be here. Congratulations to those who will be receiving awards. I've had the chance to meet directors and actors tonight, including Reginald, so very good to meet you. I would just say that, as someone who really thrives to work on issues like education and economic development and making sure that everybody flourishes from the economic opportunity that's here in Massachusetts, part of that is understanding one another, and I really think that culture and arts and movies is really the way to bring us together to understand one another, benefit one another, and make the whole Commonwealth more diverse, more flourishing, and more rich in every possible sense of the world. So, Chitro and Ruma, thank you so much for bringing the Kaleidoscope Film Festival here to Littleton. I really appreciate the leadership you've shown over many years. I've certainly learned a lot about the Calcutta culture and Indian culture from you, and it's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be here with all of you as well. Thank you very much.
At this point, I'd like to hand over the proceedings of the night to Mr. Ajay Jain, who's also a member of the Calcutta Club, long-standing member, and also a member of the Kaleidoscope team. We have a few of them today. We have Ruma, Prithvi, we're looking around, Apratim, and Urmi, who has supported us for a long time. I'm looking for other members of the Calcutta Clubs. But some of them are here tonight. So Ajay is a great public speaker, and he will take you through the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Chitro. So how did you guys enjoy the whole festival?
Yay!
That didn't sound... Yes! I know, this guy has seen all the movies. Of course, he had to. So Chitro gave me 5 minutes and he said you can talk for 5 minutes. So if you remember Guru film, in last, Abhishek Bachchan was given 5 minutes to speak on his behalf. And he took 6 minutes and he still claimed that he spoke for 4.5 minutes and 30 seconds profit. So मैं भी ऐसे कुछ करने वाला हूँ. So yeah, before I go further, a lot of people are new today here and do not know about Calcutta Club, what it does, what it stands for. So I would like, first to, just ask Chitro to give a brief introduction about what Calcutta Club is all about.
I want to talk to Calcutta Club primarily today for about, in perspective with the film festival. So we started Calcutta Club in 2015. It was supposed to be a fun group of people who actually are associated with Calcutta, not necessarily people of Bengalis or people or who have lived always, but people also who have come to Calcutta for some time, who like certain parts of it, and a lot of it was about bringing in some of the cultural aspects that eastern part of India really represents. So among the nostalgic events we have tried to do are the book fair, which was the first event we did. But then the film festival came soon afterwards. At that time there was no one doing this in not just Boston, but also in the New England area. So it became one of our public initiatives, we call it initiatives, with a single day screening in 2015 of 5 films. I think there were a couple of Bengali, one Hindi, one Telugu movie, and one English. And there was a single day screening at Apple Cinemas, back to back. And then after that, we saw there was a good amount of interest in such things. So now today, fast forward, we've grown to a point where we actually had it 4 venues, 11 feature films of significant repute. You can see that in the quality today. 4 short films represented across New England, across 4 different venues. So we've really grown. So Calcutta Club, in a short, it does a few public initiatives like this. I think Jamie referred to all of them, in the book fair, Lit Fest, the film festival, as well as a very unique thing called the culinary contest, Indian culinary contest, where we actually have individuals coming in, cooking live, like the chopped or something, and in half an hour, and they actually produce fantastic items, which Jamie sometimes gets to taste if he comes here. But all the 3 have got the fancy of the public, and we plan to continue doing that. And on top of that, as Prithvi and other people can attest to, we actually have just gatherings within Calcutta Club. It's a fun kind of gathering. We have trips to go to some places. We sometimes play something like, foosball or something similar, or a game night. But essentially to bring people together of similar thinking. So that's in short what Calcutta Club is. And now I just want to move on to Caleidoscope in general. This year, we had 11 films. On the left-hand side, the names of the films that we actually screened. Many of them actually are pretty well recognized. Nagar Kirtan, which almost a houseful show on a weeknight, had won 4 national film awards across India. There are many of them which are actually premieres, including I don't know where Gunjan is. Okay, there we go. Including Eldridge, which is she's actually from Boston. Then Oxygen, Abacto, and Tariq. I think there are 5 films totally counted, which are doing the international premieres in Caleidoscope, and Chintugar birthday, of course, for the America's premiere. Kolkata and Kohinoor as well. I think there are more than 5 then. Across the 4 short films which you presented this time, The Wallet, Unshaped, Little Goddess, and Anna Nahana, which was a special presentation by Rhode Island College. We started our association thanks to Tanni and Vince, who's another judge, who could make it tonight as of last year. And we show a number of films out there yesterday, actually. I think 5 films, we count all of them. This is our general poster. The other thing to tell you is what's happened new in this year is that we have created a new non-profit called Indian Arts Boston. So from as of now, the Kaleidoscope event as well as the book fair event, the fest which we call Sanskriti, will be held under the banner of Indian Arts Boston. We're debating whether to put the Culinary Fest also in there, but we might. So we'll think about that. So I'll be looking for create a board for that as well, and seek more volunteers if any of you are willing to help out. A shout out to our sponsors. We have always been fortunate. Calcutta Club has always been fortunate. We have the blessings of a lot of people in society within our community we live in. And every year we have unfortunately not all of them could make it tonight, but every year we get a lot of sponsors. I just want to go down the list for a second. The Boston Group and Shubhakota has been phenomenal in their support. Urban Public Companies, which is a company in Denver, which somehow has always been very interested in what we do, as a good friend and supported us. Mr. Rajan and Nalini Sharma, who everyone knows I think here, but again, they were supposed to be here, couldn't make it. Navani's, I'll talk about that separately, specifically of eClinical Works, a major company here, who are supported, this year they supported one of our initiatives. Shimara Media and Entertainment and NRI Life, Gunjan is right there. Thank you Gunjan for the collaboration this year, and hope to continue next year. Ocean State Film Society, Tanni is part of that. They have been sponsoring not just with space, but also with some of the award funds. New York Life and Kanchan of course is here with Rishi. both of you, thank you so much. I've mentioned it for the last 2 years, you have been a steadfast supporter for all our initiatives. Thank you again. Ghoshal Media and Entertainment, there's some interesting thing as I was saying that our support comes from not just Boston, but beyond. Mr. Ranjit Ghoshal, he lives in Florida. He has made some films and he has been an award supporter for the last few years. Going on. Some of the club members actually pitched in. Again, unfortunately, some of them couldn't make it because they're too far. Sandeep and Ruma Bose, Ram and Nitin Gupta are right here. Ramji, thank you so much again for the last few years of continuous support. Ujjayant and Suparna, they couldn't make it, and so did Jaideep and Gargi. These are all Calcutta Club members. Apratim and Urmi is right there. And thanks Apratim for also coming to the films, not just sponsoring. Tanvi, again, we talked about her. She's been a friend and of the festival in many ways. This is Gauri Datta from the beginning. She's a part of a literary group, but she supports all our activities. Mr. Gop Gidwani, where are you? There you go. And A-Home Medical Supply, it's always been there for us. Pushpaji, here. Thank you again for the last several years of help for us. And Devashri Ganguly, she's a huge film fan, good friend of ours, and she's one of the people who actually instill upon us a need to kind of start something like a film festival. She comes to all our festival film screenings always. It's also been a sponsor this year. A quick shout out to the Kaleidoscope team. We actually got a new website done. This is just a cut paste from the website. I was too lazy to kind of put in the names separately. But apart from myself, one of the two things we are very excited about is Mr. Asim Chabra, who is actually the festival director for New York Indian Film Festival. He has joined in a partnership with us as an advisor, and he has been really instrumental. By the way, Reggie, if you want to know this, he was the person who suggested Chindu birthday to me.
Who, Asim?
Asim, yes.
He's in New York?
Yes, he is the festival director of New York Indian Film
We need to have a
Festival.
conversation.
Yes, yes. So we had a phone call. I said, one film you want to consider. We couldn't show it in New York for some reason. It's Chindu birthday, and a couple of others also. Ruma, of course, she manages a lot of things, with a smile. I don't know how she does it. Ajay, who's a conservative actor himself and always been there for helping us out. And then a new person who has started helping us is Rati Aparna, which some of you actually met. Our team from Calcutta Club just met there. And then she is also running a festival at the same time, so we did collaborate a lot. And Chitali Sen, who is not here today, that's not a picture, that's just a picture. She is part of a club, and she's a real film buff, and she has a lot of information about films. And finally, I cannot say enough about my judges. We have a 5-member jury team, and we in Kaleidoscope take this. If there's one thing we take very seriously is the judging process. We are absolutely hell-bent in making sure this is actually a fair process and merit-based. And tonight's, I'm going to call Sati in a few minutes to talk about this, but the process they do is they see the film. Some of them sometimes actually come to the theaters, see them online, and they have really a collaboration, and we call the huddle, which happens before the thing. But I'll talk to Sati about it. But they take a phenomenal job. And it's completely voluntary, without any expectations, and they do it year after year for us. So, having said that, I'm just going to talk quickly about what are the awards we're going to give tonight. So there are two categories in which you give awards. One of them is what you call the core of the jury deliberated awards, the ones you're seeing. I'm not going to go over them, but essentially it's the standard ones which you see for most film festivals, best film, best director, and so and so. We actually have an interesting one for best actor in a negative role, and we actually give some monetary awards. We're not very well funded, but whatever we can, we just don't give a trophy for any of these awards. All these awards are thanks to the donation of our sponsors, both the monetary side as well as the trophies. On top of that, there are some which we say are non-jury awards. The non-jury awards depend on multiple factors depending on the type of films that have been submitted this year. Did I say a wrong one?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Same thing.
So in my hurry, I probably forgot to do that. But let me just say that we'll go through the non-jury awards anyway for tonight. But let me just say that these are awards that we actually give out based on what films content there. based on how much funding we were able to raise. And also, based on what the judges' input and the audience input is. But one of the key things of the non-jury awards is the audience choice award, in which you conduct a poll for as many people as you can, of people who have seen at least 3 films in Kaleidoscope. So those guys actually, they text us what their best selection was, and probably for some reason also. So we will actually give out that award as well. And the rest of them we will see as we go along. So I think that's all I had to say about the festival. And at this point, I want to hand it over to Ajay to kind of continue with the rest of the discussion.
Thank you, Chitra. Now I would like to invite my friend Swati to come over and give us a little idea as to how jury decided on the winners. So so Swati, there were like 11 feature films and 5 short films or 4 short films. That's total of what, like how much screen time?
Oh dear. Okay, so the first question is a difficult question. Let's see. Thankfully, not all the films were very long. But let's say they were probably on an average of 2 hours, probably 1.5 hours. So for 11 films, that would be about, what?
22 hours.
Yeah, well, they weren't quite 2 hours long. So let's say about 22, 25 hours of watching of films. Now, don't get me wrong, that's one of the easiest jobs in the world, is to watch films. I mean, what a cool thing. Shitra doesn't understand that. That's why we do it, because we love to watch films, and he sends us films, and we watch them. So that's really, really nice. Thank you.
You can thank us for that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now I have to thank you, because you have taken the time to not just watch the film, but also after that, come up with all these awards. So what is your process? Do you, I know because there are 5 judges. So how do you decide on that? And if there is a tie, how do you break that?
We just kill some people. It's very bloody, it's very messy. It gets very difficult.
That is the reason I never volunteered to be a part of the jury.
Yeah, it's, it's gruesome. So,
last year we had 7 jury members, just so you know.
Oh, yes, exactly. So now we're coming to the most difficult part of the process. You can see it can be lethal, because we can get very passionate about the films we like, and we sometimes don't like. Usually we just like them. Generally it comes down to loving the films, because the films are so well done. And we have to mention, being filmmaker ourselves, all of us are filmmakers, film people, so we appreciate the process. This process is very personal to us. I'm a director, there's an actor, and we have people represented from the film community. So it's a very difficult process, but we do see all the films, and then we deliberate, and sometimes, very rarely they're easy choices. Usually they're very difficult choices, and sometimes we go, it can take a long time, because we could be like, but what about this, but what about this, and it can take half hour, 45 minutes sometimes to just come up with one award and decide, and then we of course do more.
So what you're telling me, it takes more time to decide than to watch films?
Well, it can get very complicated, absolutely. I mean, other thing that happens is, before we even go to the jury huddle, we ourselves are struggling, right? So there's a struggle that happens in our own minds, that we are struggling and figuring out what to do, and then we have our friend Bill, a fantastic another judge, you remember, he's very helpful, and he creates all the forms for us, and he gives us, so he's very helpful, almost support things that we can use to deliberate, and we do that, and then we come together and we can spend 5, 6, sometimes more hours to deliberate over the awards.
So this year, I saw only 1 film a day. But last year when I saw 2, 3 films a day, by evening I didn't know which one was what. And all the characters, all the plots, they were all mixed up in my head. How do you guys, manage that?
Yeah, we write things down. So it's very simple. It's not that complicated. We do make notes right after we watch a film. What I do you do that?
At 2 in the morning, get my email.
All right, that's what it is about now, I know. So yes, we do note down our notes, we make notes so that, because it's a very good point, to remember the subtleties of a film is, it's not easy. It's a process that you have to, and then we go back to our notes because somebody mentioned something and go, hang on a minute, yes, that's what I was forgetting. So yes, we do take notes.
Wonderful. And I assume those notes are all confidential, right?
Yes, basically they're burned after we have given the awards to them.
Good. So they don't just kill people, they even burn. Man, a Bollywood film in making, I guess. All right, so we'll not take much of our, people's time. They have been very, generous to be here today. Why don't we start with the awards? Let me get there. We will be starting with the Historical Narrative Award. And I would ask Meenu Jetraji, if you could please come and announce this award.
So, Historical Narrative Award goes to Hindustan.
Yeah.
So, Hindustan has been sponsored by our great friends, Nawanis of E-Clinical Works. They could not be here, so we will award.
That's all right. Good thing is we have
And Sapna Bhavnani is the director for this movie. We saw it yesterday and it's amazing, amazing movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have an acceptance video.
मुंहिंजो नालो सपना भावनानी आहे मां सिंधी मां ॻाल्हाइण जी कोशिश कयां पई Thank you the Sindhi Association of New England and the Nawani family मां खुश आहियां बहुत खुश आहियां चित्रो Thank you so much for Kaleidoscope. One day I'll get to sing. In the meanwhile, I'll spread Sindhi to the world. Thank you so much for being so
Thank you. A big applause for Vinuji.
Thank you so much, everyone.
And the next award is for the best suspense film. And can I request Tani Chaudhary to come here? Because whenever I see her, there's an aura of suspense around her. So I thought maybe I should ask her.
Oh wow, Kolkata Kohinoor team.
And we are very glad that the team from Calcutta Kohinoor is here to receive the award. Would you like to say something?
Thank you everybody, and for those who watched and encouraged, thanks a lot for your support, and we promise to be back with more and more such stuff. Thanks.
Where were you?
Okay, so we have.
Hey, Ajay, can I ask you this? He wants to thank you.
Of course, yes.
I mean, just going by the history, a lot of efforts were put into the movie, and it is a research-based movie. So we did almost years and 3 years of work into it. The whole team of Calcutta Kohinoor teamed up to make a movie of this genre, and it was a good experience for all of us, to go through the journey. Finally, we ended up making the movie, and today we were really mesmerized to get the feedback, to interact with the audience here. We have been moving around the US and we have been getting similar feedback, so I think the purpose is solved. And thanks Caleidoscope, Chitroda Rumadi to invite us here, and thank you all to be a part of this. Thanks again. Yes, I forget, thanks the jury members, for really appreciating our efforts. Thanks.
For all the work.
And please, I have to ask this. Not all the people from all the films are here, but Kolkata Kohinoor folks are here. And I did see you talking to them a little while ago
Right.
in the bar there.
That's right. And I mean,
Does that have anything to do with this?
I didn't want to say, I didn't want to reveal, but he paid for my drink, so I changed the awards.
So you know what to do next time, right? you can get drinks for the jury members before, after.
I take checks, I take cash.
There you go. He take cash, he take checks, even bitcoins. Bitcoins too.
Actually, the drinks for you was for the next one. That was a secret.
Oh, okay, well, all
Oh,
right.
so you're gonna return this one?
Just kidding. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Is the movie online now?
Not yet. So we are soon planning to get it online, and we will let you know for sure. So get in touch with Chitroda and we will let you know. Not yet. Sorry?
Yeah. So Gunjan,
Just pray for us that it gets to a digital platform.
after this.
Sure. So we can catch up for sure, Kunjan. See you.
Okay, next award for the night, most contemporary film. And to announce this, we want to call Miss Urmi Purekayastha.
She is also a member of the club.
You can still be.
So, the most contemporary film award goes to.
Encrypted.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That's our first award for the film as well.
so how much did you pay?
We are yet to pay, we have to check.
Already
Oh, Bitcoin.
Oh, perfect. I got you. But thank you so much, and I'm not gonna say too many things. Thank you so much, jury, and this organization. This is actually our first premiere of this film, so thank you again for the first film premiere, first award. So I'm just gonna say, I'm sure there are a lot of people who speak Hindi here, and I'm a big Bollywood fanatic myself, so I'm just gonna say one line. इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश
अरे
की।
वाह.
Shahrukh Khan ka hai.
So Till, I would take the few seconds as well because this is my first award too for the filmmaking. Just started filmmaking or the production business 2 years ago. But I had the same thought, that secrets. I believe in secrets. When you want something passionately, really passionately, with positivity, it comes to you. The whole universe makes it happen for you. So the same word from him and me. He's the director and I'm the female lead actress in it and the producer. Thank you.
And so the next award, most progressive film. Can I ask Puspaji to come and award this?
So most progressive film award goes to Abhyakt.
Abhyakt is not here.
Nobody's here. Oh,
I'll tell the director, Arjun Datta, it screened yesterday at Rhode Island.
At Rhode Island.
And it was very well loved.
Well, the next award of the night is Best Unorthodox Role Play. See how unorthodox awards we give out. And for that, we want to invite
Mr. Gopi Gidwani, please. Role play for best unorthodox. Best unorthodox role play. That's the award. Oh, okay.
And the winner is
Nagashal for
Katie.
Kuti.
Katie.
Naga Vishal for this. And we have an acceptance video from the director. He's a good speaker.
Hi everyone, we just got word that Katie has won at the Caleidoscope Indian Film Festival, and that is fantastic news. We'd like to thank everybody at the film festival for their relentless effort. Every film is special for its director, but Katie is all the more special for me because every member of this team believed in the film as much as I did. So with your permission, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about that team. I'd like to thank my 4 pillars of support: my editor Vijay, my music director Karthik, my dialogue writer Sabri, and my DOP Mahendra. These guys made my vision come alive on screen. My AD team, Mr. Bharat, Tejas, Priyanka, Tamil, and Talvapandi. These guys gave it their everything and more. My producer is Yugli Films. Usually you see a producer and director always at loggerheads with each other. But it is during such accolades and such recognitions that you realize that you've done it right and you've worked well together. So thank you, Yugli Films, for believing in this film as much as I did. Of course, I have to say the best for the last. So my KD and my Kuti, Naga Vishal and Murasur, you guys brought these characters to life. Without you, this film wouldn't be what it is. Thank you so much for that. There are many, many other actors and crew members who have given their everything and more and worked very hard to make KD the film it is today. And I take this opportunity to thank them. Most of all, I'd like to thank the audience, the jury, and everybody else who has supported us through this journey of KD. Thank you very much, and it really means a lot to us. Yay, we won this award, and thank you. Thank you once again.
And the next award would be Best Short Film. And I would like to ask Ms. Priya Dadlani to come and give this award. Preena. Oh, I'm sorry. Preena Dadlani.
So this is actually a special speech we're requesting from her, short film. She submitted one of the short films, and she's also the youngest producer in the whole group. So that's why we wanted to, she just graduated this time. Yeah, so having taken such an initiative at a young age, we wanted her to speak a little bit about her inspiration and what drove her to make the film.
Hello everybody. So Unshaved was a film that I did for my final project of college. And it's pretty much about a film about a South Asian girl with body hair. And as simple as that may seem, growing up I've never really seen anything in the media that kind of showed what an actual South Asian girl with body hair looked like. And so this is my opportunity to kind of create that, and thus Unshaved came to be. So yeah, I think the scariest thing about kind of pitching the idea was my class was filled with a bunch of white frat boys, and I was like, I don't know how they're going to react to this, but thankfully they were very supportive of the whole process as well. So now the award.
Oh, I'm sorry, there was a misunderstanding because you are part of this short film submitted. I can't ask you.
This is a speech.
Yeah, he just wanted to call you for the speech. I misunderstood him. I'm sorry about that mix-up. So maybe, Gunjan, can you come and give this award? I know, because you produce a lot of short films, right? And your film was not there, so you could give. At least not in the short film category.
Sorry, let me get this out. So I know a lot of hard work and passion goes in making of a film, so all the best. The Wallet by Soumitra Singh.
It's a story of a old school love story of an old couple जो कि अपने 21-22 उम्र में अलग हो जाते हैं, and they met after like 30 years, 25 years back. So I hope you love the film, and I am extremely sorry that I wouldn't be there to attend the event. Once again, thank you so much, Caleidoscope.
And for the next award, the award for technical excellence, may I request Arushi to please come. Arushi is one of our sponsors from New York Life.
Award for technical excellence
And it goes to Mike. Oh, Mike. Okay. It's the award for technical excellence. Chintu ka. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. I can't wait to share this with Satyanshu and Devanshu. Thank you. Thank you, Calcutta Club. Thank you. You guys, this is special. We've been waiting. This is our first real award for the film. There's going to be plenty, I hope. But on behalf of Satyanshu, Devanshu, and the whole team, especially our sound and editing team, Sharu Roy, gosh, I can't even name everybody, but it was, they had brilliant sound, brilliant editing, brilliant film. Thank you guys.
When can we see you online?
Yeah, when can we see you?
I'll tell you when we get the next award.
Okay, thank you.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
Okay, give us the award back.
I have no idea.
That's confidence, yeah? Okay, the next award of the night is Best Performance in a Negative Role. And to give that award, we would like to call Kanchan Patti up on the stage here with us.
She's also from New York Live, one of our sponsors.
And the award goes to Nate Scholes for Darren Reed in Chintu ka birthday. You better put online. You better put online. So now we get to see your movie.
We have to say thank you now. I'm going to, yes.
Now we're going to release it.
And this award also comes with a cash prize, right?
Yeah, even the last one.
Even the last one comes
So we'll
with
talk
a
about
cash
that later.
prize.
They send it later?
Yeah, we sent it directly to the director and producer.
Oh, to the director.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess camera here. This is on video. So Nate. So Nate was my the other soldier. If you all got to see Chintu, whoever got to see Chintu, but he's a brilliant actor. This award is. I didn't get to see a lot of the other films. Apologies, but he deserved this. He was really good in his piece, and I didn't even like what he gave. Meaning, he was mean even to me, and I saw the script for 7 years. So, on behalf of Nate Scholes, thank you again, Kaleidoscope. Thank you.
Yes.
He was so negative. My character wasn't negative. He was kind of negative.
So for the next award, Best Performance by an Actress, may I request Prithvi Banerjee, another club member, to come and give this award out? I'm only asking you because I know none of the actresses are here.
The best performance by an actress. It is Namita Lal for Naukat in Oxygen.
No, nobody's found that.
Nobody's here. There was one possibility of someone being, but she couldn't make it.
Okay, all right.
Does it have a cash prize I can accept?
No, it's in Bitcoin. I'll take that.
Bitcoins, right?
So maybe for the next Best Performance by an Actor, can I ask Chitru himself to come and give that award?
Okay, I don't know how many of you saw the movie, maybe some of you today, but a mind-blowing performance by this actor, Ritishan in Unorthodox.
Even though he was not here, there are a lot of fans here, huh? Which is nice. And maybe for the next award, which is Best Director Award.
I just want to say about the Best Actor Award. this year, that was the most difficult award for the jury to decide on because there were such awesome performances, one after the other. So I think we deliberated for a long time because we were going back and forth, but this stood out as a performance which was a very, very challenging role. So that's why it went to him.
Sujoy, can you come and give the Best Director Award?
पैसे लगेंगे
हाँ वो तो तुझे मिलेंगे जो जीतेगा उसको कुछ पैसे मिलेंगे तो ले लेना उसमें
The winner for the best actor or director.
I could ask the actor award for you to give out.
Oh, Kaushik Ganguly for Nagar Kirtan. Yay! Is anybody taking it?
No. And for the Best Feature Film Award, do you want to give a speech?
No.
I thought maybe you could tell something about your next venture as a director, actor.
Just let me talk about a little bit about the Best Director, if I may. Yeah. Also, this becomes one of the difficulty for choosing between the director and the feature film is it's very hard to understand where the director's work ends and the feature film work begins, right? You want to say something, Chitro?
No, I was...
Right. So, and as a director myself, I can understand that problem because, I mean, after all, the director makes the movie. But there are still different aspects, and then finally you decide, okay, when the Oscars happen, the feature film actually award is picked by the producers, not the director. So there's something else that basically who was instrumental in bringing together the whole film to make it happen, as opposed to just the creative aspect of the film. So the next award is Best Feature Film. I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, can I request Mr. Ram Gupta to come and give this award? What is Best Director? No, sorry, Best Feature Film.
This is the final. This is the big one.
This is the final award of the evening. Best Feature Film. Chintu ka bache.
Okay, I feel like this one was mine. I have to do right now?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
Wait, over here. Thank you. All right. Wow. So now, my voice is pretty big, but that's okay. Hey. Wow. Hey, we made it, mama. You know what? This is great. This is a great, thank you guys. Thank you all. This is a little film. These guys really, they wrote it probably over 12 years ago. Wow. And and we've gone through so much in trying to get this film out to the world. And I personally believe, in addition to Devanshu and Satyanshu and the rest of the team, that this film can change lives. And in a space right now where everybody's so divided and so just polarized, this is a moment where we can sit and appreciate what we liked about film to begin with. That it can put us in a fantasy world and allow us to smile, cry, jump, be horrified, and be engaged all at the same time. So to Kaleidoscope, to Massachusetts, to India, and I had a brilliant time collaborating with this film. This film was amazing. The country of India was amazing. I'm mad I didn't get to go to Goa while we were down there, but that's going to happen. Thank you guys a lot, and this is on behalf of the whole team. Chintu got birthday. Please make sure you talk about this film because we want everybody to see this. Kind of like a Slumdog Millionaire, like everything. We believe that it's going to change lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can't give you the award.
That's all for the evening today. Oh, there is some.
There's another award.
Is it still an award?
Yes, we just get the envelope for it.
Last award actually is the Audience Choice Award. Which is not non-juror, it's not non-juror, it's not juror, it's the audience. So the process for that, is like this. Essentially, we poll anyone who has seen at least 3 films to submit the top submission. And we got about 12 or 13 responses. and that's what determines the Audience Choice Award. And it's not a big surprise, the Audience Choice Award went to Nagarkirtan again. So three awards for Nagarkirtan, 3 awards for Chintu's birthday, or was it 4? 3 awards? 3 awards for Chintu's birthday, those are the big winners of the night. And everyone has submitted awards of the night. I think the quality of films was absolutely fantastic this year. And so as the judges said, so Swati, I think Swati and Sujay, I want to recognize 2 judges who are here today. Swati and Sujay are here, if you can put up here. They testified to how hard it was. So thank you all, and please enjoy the rest of the evening. We're going to hear for a few minutes and chatting. I want to also kind of Gunjan here, talk a little bit about Shimaru. Shimaru has been one of our partners this year.
Hi all. So we have obviously a lot of producers, filmmakers here. I'm representing Shimaru here, and want to share that though Shimaru is here to help for your distribution of films. Some of you were asking, where can we see Chintu's birthday? Where can we see the Kohinoor film, Calcutta? Yes, thank you. So if anybody wants support in distribution, so my company name is NR Life Productions. I'm the content syndication partner for Shimaru. So please join me, meet me, and we'll take this ahead. So any independent filmmakers, they need support in distribution, that's Shimaru is there. Plus, they also have an OTT new platform which is called Shimaru Me. I can say SHEMAROO Me. And there's a 1-month free subscription code as well, so that you can check it out. It has all the Shimaru films. Shimaru, by the way, is the oldest, largest, and one of the biggest Bollywood content house and distribution platform. So it's not just Shimaru; it's huge. And their 1-month free subscription code is our company name, NRI Life. I repeat, NRI Life. So check out Shimaru. 1 month is free for you to see what's on it. And you need any help with distribution, we are here to help. Thank you.
Thank you.